Greetings, everyone. I'm here to set some records straight. And if you agree or disagree, I welcome your opinion. The first question I have is Jamaica the only place with poverty? And my answer to that is a resounding no. Because the last few videos that I've done is talking about poverty or hardship in first world countries. The majority of my subscribers are from the United States, and then England, and then Jamaica and Canada. I think Canada comes before Jamaica. So if most of the persons that are responding to the videos and really saying I can identify with this, then there's truth to the story. So this is why I need to talk about this, because if you live in these first world countries, you'll find yourself teetering on the brink of poverty. But before we even get into all of that, please understand that there's a welfare system in North America, for example, and there are millions of people on welfare, and people who are on welfare, it is established they're living below the poverty mark. And if you live in Toronto like I do, and you go downtown, you will see homeless people. You'll see all kinds of people with disability. You will see people, on the fringe of society because, of mental illness. So anywhere you go in the world, there are these individuals. And this is why I want to talk. Because many of us have had to go out there and help our brothers and sisters who are hungry, who are homeless, who are poor in this space and in the space where you're at. So this is what I want to say. When I see people come from these parts of the world and they go to Jamaica with a camera and they put it in the face of our people, I want to set some things clear to these ones. Because when they're out here acting like they're more compassionate than anybody else, I want to say to you, if you're so loving and kind, why aren't you in places where there's desperate need for this kind of compassion and this kind of charity? Okay? First thing I want to say here is that Western Union is one of the places that our Jamaican people in diaspora contribute to our economy in a vast way. Millions of dollars go through Western Union from Jamaicans who live overseas taking care of their family. We don't want anybody come to Jamaica who are clearly homeless, putting any camera in our people's face and try to tell your people where you come from that, look at them, they're so poor, oh, I want to cry. And I'm going to address Coco girl and Coco boy again. I'm not going to stop talking until, listen, when people reach out to me and try to silence me and say, oh, these guys are doing great for our country. No, they're doing good for themselves. Let me repeat, okay? They're doing good for themselves. I would want to ask Coco girl, is there any homeless people in Israel? And perhaps if there's none where you come from, is there anyone close to the border? Because in any place where there's conflict, there's got to be poverty. There's got to be people who are suffering in pain because of these conflicts, because you don't get to talk to things that don't have a mind of their own, okay? Any area where there's turmoil, any area where there's disorder, anywhere there's no peace. And listen, the Middle East is known for a place with no peace for hundreds of years. Well, the Bible, those of you who are Christian, talks about this place where there's no peace. So, aren't there any poor people in these parts? You don't got poor people in your country. So when you're walking around and you're looking for people to exploit, sticking them on camera and telling the world, oh, I want to cry. First of all, Coco Girl is homeless. It is clear. She is traveling around the world and currently stays in her vehicle in Jamaica. If that's not homelessness, I don't know what is. Coco Boy said he's been traveling for 2 years from pillar to post. These people have no stability. Of course, they're doing what they can with their situation to earn money. And I have no problems with that. But you see, this gaslighting and this pretense like you care so much about our people, trying to demonize these people. When they're turning on their camera, they make it seem like, oh, I'm so fascinated with the culture. Why aren't you going to Uptown? Why aren't you going to New Kingston? Why aren't you going to the areas, or very wealthy areas? Why am I waiting to see Coco Girl and Coco Boy going through some wealthy neighborhoods in Jamaica? Because that's not what sells. And that's where the prejudice comes. Because if you go to Jamaica, and Jamaica is so beautiful and there's so many things, and if you're just into nature and natural things, why are you profiling our people? Some of these individuals that are allowing you to put them on camera to disgrace them, they have families that are supporting them, sending money to them all the time. We don't want you to take our people and highlight them in this way, because poverty is everywhere. And some of the people who you're showing as poverty stricken, or you feel so terrible, or they're disenfranchised, they're better than you because they have a house. Okay, it's not the first time I'm seeing these individuals go to Jamaica. They're clearly homeless, but because they're not of our race, one automatically assumes that they're wealthy. Coco Girl goes off the deep end when people ask her for money, because guess what, she probably need it more than you. Okay, but she spends so much time. I want to also say to some of these Jamaican people, what you choose to do with yourself as adults, that's fine, but when it comes to your children, you can't just hand over your children to some random stranger, people touching up on your kids, kissing them. You don't know these individuals. And everything is not always what it seems to be. Now, there's other stories that I could share that I'm going to choose not to talk about in this video. But when I see this young lady talking about poverty and crying and feeling depressed, get out of here. Move. Move. You don't even want to go back to your own country because of the misery. Why don't you highlight that story? Every once in a while you talk about what other people are doing to your people, and you're very angry and bitter about it. We have no problems with anybody visiting our country, but you see, when these ones are coming here and using their camera to send out the worst message about our place and our people are already struggling enough because other persons are keeping them underneath their foot. But when you come out here with your fake love and your fake response to what you call poverty, it's annoying, because you are poor, because no rich person, unless they're spies, are not going to live the way Coco Girl is living in Jamaica. So either one of two things are happening. She finds this is her best life by traveling, and she can't go to other places in the world where there are other people. They just love Rastafari. They just love black people's story. So fascinated with black people's story. And yet in the places where they come from, black people are treated like ish. So how you love black people so much and love black culture so much, and in the spaces where you're from, black people are suffering at your hands? I'm not mincing any words today. It's the truth. Okay? Africa and places, black spaces, are always that magnet for individuals who want to come and pretend that they're more compassionate than anybody else. And as they wiggle and weave their way into these communities, you're going to always have the little Uncle Sam and Toms. willing to give them the attention because, you know, the Stockholm Syndrome thing is real. But as a Jamaican, I'm saying I don't like it. And I find it to be offensive. If that's all you see to show, and that's what you want to focus on, I'm going to tell you that you need to stop it. And you Jamaican, you don't love attention so much, and you don't listen to people. You don't observe. You don't see when it's genuine and it's not genuine. You're always available for individuals to come and talk down, you know, on your culture and your people. I'm going to put a clip somewhere, or maybe post it by itself as a short, of, you know, these Jamaican men who are saying all these negative things about their women to women who doesn't care too about you. Poverty is everywhere. Otherwise, people wouldn't be homeless in these parts. People wouldn't be, you know, career people struggling, ambitious people struggling. Not because people can put some things on credit card and come to Jamaica and show off themselves, make it seem like they're not having problems. Many of these people are flaunting, you know, the so-called wealth, and they're living from paycheck to paycheck. Credit card maxed out, overdraft maxed out in these parts. So just get off, step off and move. Video yourself while you're in Jamaica. Video your nice, good experience you're having. But leave our people alone. Back up and back off. And don't talk to our kids unless the parents give you permission to do so. And don't stick camera into people's face unless they invite you. We're not hungrier than anybody else. We're not more poor than anybody else. Poverty is in the mind first and foremost. And a lot of our people in Jamaica that are struggling is because we have leaders who don't look out for our people. And you have individuals who will just drain your energy and do things to you to prevent you from growing. But we're not accepting that. We don't want nobody going out here and talking about poverty. I've seen it too many times. So many times people go to Jamaica, and when they come back from their vacation, oh, they're so poor. Oh, the poverty situation is so awful. I want to say, listen, I want to tell them where to climb and what to drink. Poverty is everywhere. Back off. Move. Talk to me in the comment section. Stay blessed.